Hey, scrappy people. It's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a uh, February planner setup video using the Cocoa Daisy February planner kit, which is called the Simon and Betty kit. So I'll also be using the Simon and Betty memory keeping kits in this video. So I have the planner kit all pulled out, and I'm using my plastic dashboard setup that I made last month just as a reference. I should write down the sizes of all of these inserts, but I haven't yet, so I'm using last month's as a reference. So I cut down that cute paper that has the faucet pouring all of the cute little hearts down into that cup as my dashboard cover, and I was going through the Project Life cards to find something to layer over there, but nothing was really going to work because of the size of that design. So instead I pulled out my stamps and some gray ink that I just bought because the faucet is gray, and this is the first time using that ink, so I'm a little bit wary, but I actually really like it. So it matches that gray faucet perfectly. So I'm going to use the little heart, and I'm going to add little hearts, gray hearts, in with the little red hearts all over, just to bring in a little bit more of that gray on the dashboard cover. So I really like that, but it feels a little blank in places. So you know me, I like to go overboard with my decorating. So I am going to add in a bunch of little die cuts, and I decided I'm going to add this cute paper airplane, and I'm going to add in some little birdies just flying around, just some things flying to mimic the flying of that heart, hearts being dumped kind of a image. So I have a little birdie holding a heart, and I have another little birdie right there. Now I'm going to take this paper airplane and I'm going to put it up in this corner up here, and it's going to look like it's flying because I'm going to add a bunch of little, you know, the little trail dashed lines to make a trail all around the paper down to the February and then past it, just to kind of close up the empty space. So I'm going to write them all in with this pencil first. And I left this part in even though you really can't see the lines too much, but you can see the motions I'm making to sort of draw that path. And then I'm going to go right over it with this adorable pink pen from the Cocoa Daisy collection. You can see I drew a little heart in there. I'm going to add in a few extra hearts here. You can never have too many hearts for Valentine's Day. And then this dashboard cover is all done. So I'm going to add it into the plastic pouch just for last month. I think I'll probably make another one of these because that Keep Going, Keep Growing is from last month, and I really like it, and I want to leave it on that dashboard cover, but it doesn't match this month very well. In fact, when you put that paper behind it, you can't really even read it that well. So I'll probably make another one just to have an alternative. So I trimmed down this paper for the back. I liked that stripe. I was thinking about adding in this printable from Cocoa Daisy on the back here, but I didn't really like the way it looked. And also, I've discovered that despite my best intentions, I am an incredibly simple planner. I like my to-do list, and that's about it. So my intent was to have that for a dry erase place to make lists, and it's never ever going to happen. So here is my Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook cover that I bought a long time ago, and I've just slipped everything in to see how it's all going to work together. And this is my secondary sort of dashboard thing, and it holds the stickers in the very back there. It's sized perfectly for the Cocoa Daisy stickers. So the front is actually like bookmark size. It fits a 3x4 card perfectly. So I'm trimming down this to bookmark size, slipping it in here to see how this is going to work. I think this month I want it on the outside instead of on the inside of the other dashboard cover. So I'm going to add this branding card, the Simon and Betty branding card, because they are so cute. And the title of the collection actually works just fine because they are Simon and Betty. Normally the title of the collection wouldn't make much sense in my planner, but this works perfectly. I was going to put it down with that washi tape, but that washi tape did not want to hold it down. The branding cards are especially thick, so it just was not heavy enough washi tape to hold it down. I'm going to add this striped paper to the top and bottom of the card so that it mimics the back page, and just because I wanted there to be a little bit more oomph on the front of this dashboard. It was a little bit boring with just that yellow. So that gives it a little bit more pop, and I like it a little bit more. I'm going to add some of these word strips to the front as well. I go through the die cuts and decide, that's not going to work for me. I don't want the die cuts. So instead, I pull out the word strips and decide to add a couple of word strips to the top and the bottom. So I'm picking out what I want to use. And then, of course, I always have to rearrange everything, tighten it up a little. And that is done, I think. So last month, the inside had the bookmark right there, but I think I'm going to actually use it as a bookmark this month, so I'm not going to put that in there. What I end up doing is I leave it for this video, that pink inside of that bookmark sized dashboard, but I do afterwards decide that I'm going to add something to it, and I'll show you at the end what I'm going to add. So now I'm going to pull out my actual insert, and I'm going to start adding to it. The kits this month came with this days of the week washi tape, so I cut up all of the washi days that I would need in advance, but this is huge. They are huge for putting in this traveler's notebook, so I'm actually going to trim down every single piece of this washi, which I end up doing it in groups, so it's not that big of a deal, but I'm going to trim them down so it's just a little bit thinner, a little less impactful. And I added them to every day, including the days of the week, or the numbers of the days flags. So I'm going to add all these tabs in to the sides, just like I did last month. So I'm trying to decide what labels I need and what order I want them to go in. So I'm adding month at a glance, I'm adding bill tracker, meal planner. I have one that I'm going to save for notes for like inspiration for work and all that. Then I just staple them onto the edges in order. If you are interested in how that worked in a longer process, you can watch last month's setup. It's pretty simple, so I cut it out for you so you don't have to watch me staple a bunch of tabs down. Plus this video is sort of long to begin with. Just added Valentine's Day and President's Day to that front calendar. Add the February sticker in here just because. Begin and end. Just because I want to use the stickers. This is my bill tracker, so I've covered up the bills that I've already written in here. Some of these tabs did not get stapled on right, so I'm restapling them. There we go. These are all like dine in, stay in. They're like date night references, and since Saturdays are my date nights, I just added them to all the Saturdays. Just doing some mild decorating in my planner. This is going to be a tracker page. I track my Instagram and YouTube uploads just so I can see the growth each month. So I normally just do it this way with a hand-drawn tracker, and I check off the boxes as I go along. So I drew all that out with a box for each day and the list of the things that I track. And then I just highlighted them in colors that coordinate. And I'm going to add a little quote here, nothing fancy. Just something to fill up the space and keep me encouraged. Commitment is a daily choice made. Erase the pencil and rewrite it in with these cute little highlighters. I'm not being fancy about this at all. So it is messy, and it is hand-drawn, and this is just me playing around and not being too concerned about the way that, you know, the lettering looks and everything like that. I'm a simple girl when it comes to my planner. I keep trying to add these puffy stickers in, but then I second guess myself and think maybe I don't want puffy stickers and something that I'm going to write on all the time. So I add these arrows instead. Just adding in some more stickers here. This is my meal tracking, or yeah, my meal planning. That was my inspiration page. I love this little pie chart that has all the things that you do instead of work, and this is basically my work spread, but it's not going to fit in there. So instead I put it on this page and rearrange this cluster. This is my, you know, work planning sort of page, so it works too. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. Yeah, I just subjected you to my Rihanna impression. Sorry. This is just about done though, so I'm going to move on in just a minute to making actually some shaker pockets. So I'm going to put these stickers in the back here, and this needs a background because I don't like the see-throughiness of it. So I'm just going to trim down this paper to be as wide as this sticker sheet. The cheater method, no measuring involved. Put it all back in here. Of course, it does not want to go in straight, so I'm going to take it all out and trim it, and then put it back with the stickers. A little paper clip to keep them all together and keep the little stickers from sinking down into that pocket. So you can see me trying to figure out what I want to add to the back of that bookmark dashboard size thing, and I'm just not figuring it out. I decided I'm going to add this cute pom-pom trim that came in one of the kits to the outside of this dashboard. That red line tape is forever, but I'm sure that I'll be able to use pink pom-pom with other Cocoa Daisy collections. So I'm just sticking it down, making sure I keep the tension tight as I stick it down so that it's nice and firm. Stick in some of the extra goodies, and you can see what I did to the front of that that bookmark divider. And I'm actually going to make a shaker pocket. I can use the shaker pocket in this divider like I was thinking, and I can also pull it out and use it as a bookmark. So I've cut down plastic page protector to the correct size for the bookmark, and I also have an extra like 3x4 size one left over, so I'm going to make both just because. I'm going to put a little heart in this 3x4 pocket, just something that will stay there and stay still while the glitter moves around. I pulled out red sequins, pink sequins, white sequins, and white glitter in different sizes. I'm using my fuse tool to fuse this together, but I hadn't waited long enough for it to warm up, so I'm going to wait, come back, and now it's warm enough to actually fuse this pocket. So I fused two sides, and one side was already fused. And then I leave the last side open to put the glitter in. So I'm going to use my little spoon here. Thankfully it works for the glitter. And then I like completely screw up here. So I use my hand to just put the rest of these in. White sequins and the pink sequins. And I think this is a great color mix. I could have added some blue specifically for this Cocoa Daisy collection, and that would have been cute too, but I decided to keep it more Valentine's neutral. Da-da-da-da, there's one. Now I'm not going to put anything stuck on this bookmark one because my initial intention was for it to go over that bookmark with the doily and stuff on it, so I didn't need anything that wouldn't move around. But you know, I could, like I said, I can take it out and use it as a bookmark too, and it didn't really need anything stuck in it anyway, so no big deal. Just making sure that this is really sealed since I'm putting fine glitter in it. And actually the 3x4 pocket wasn't completely sealed on one end, and I had a glitter bomb in my planner, so I had to make sure that that was sealed afterwards. Again, I missed with the spoon, so I'm just going to dump these in because apparently I can't aim when I'm using the spoon. Cute! Now I'm just going to seal up this last edge, and that is all done. There will be stills of a few of the pages at the end, so you can see how it all kind of comes together. I'll put this right inside this pocket. And you can see how that looks. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And you can follow me over on Instagram at Tracy M. Reed. I have scrapbooking, traveler's notebooks, pocket scrapbooking, and a little bit of planning too. All right, thank you.